Hello, hello, hello. What's going on? What's going on, Eugene? How are you doing? Let's go in chat. I know I'm starting a little bit later than what I was expecting here. I got done with work little too late, so I was even debating on if I was gonna even stream because we're only gonna be streaming for like 2 hours at most. So but yeah, let's hop into it because we got a lot of planting that we got to do. Let's see how we're doing here. We should be good. Yeah. All right. And let's get some good music going here. So as you see, I finally got a new chair. I got sick of my other chair, so I went out and bought one. Went out and bought a new chair. How's everybody doing on this lovely Tuesday? Oh yeah, chair's pretty good. I was watching a guy working on. How is that map? In February? Nice. I gotta find out what part of Wisconsin that is. Never heard of that before, if that's the name of the city. Can't wait till all of his maps are roll crop. Yeah, we'll probably get like 2.5 fields planted. Oh no, we got that other. We're good. I think we just have 2 more fields, don't we? We got the other field done, right? Let me take a look here. Pretty sure that we planted the other one, the other last stream. No, we still got field 15. I thought we did that one. I thought we did 16 and 15. I guess not. And for some reason, I have this glitch. Maybe the next time that I fill it up, it will actually close. I don't know if... Yeah, no, we can't get them to close. So, yeah, I got this glitch going on right now that I can't close those bins. So... Oh yeah, I apologize for not streaming on Sunday. I needed that day off. I had to get some shit done around the house, so... Yeah, if anybody knows how to close those things, like I said, maybe next time I refill it will auto close, but It did not want to do that when I was filling yesterday. Or the other day. No, it was yesterday because I was testing out some new mods yesterday. How's your map going? They sold red cow barn today. Nice. What, it holds more cows? I still want to add that tornado one. I gotta test that out on a map and see how that tornado physics work. Also, I think the unit convert mod is going to be coming out within the next couple months too. Barracuda. What's going on, Brennan? Made like 600,000 on dried corn this year. Nice. I'm thinking of buying some fields. I know we shouldn't. I want to get myself out of debt, but turn out. Oh, it's not too bad. How many days are in January? 30 to 31. We got to pay off our debt by the end of this weekend. Basically that's what we need to do, is pay off our debt. Because next week we're going to be starting a new map. How did you do the pond? Did you do use that water mod or whatever where you can make your own ponds? I tried that mod, but I just need to take some time on it. All right, how's that look? Are we good? All right, everything looks good. All right, can't wait till we go do straight. Are you? Oh my god, excuse me. Are you using the fenceless pastures mod? And then you just build your own pasture? I didn't see your message, Brennan. You're planting beans and corn? Not bad. Yeah, I thought it'd be a little harder with the steering wheel and getting the lines straight on or good on turns, but it's actually not too bad. Not as hard as I thought it would be. Turned out pretty good. We'll see when it comes in, but all right, we are gonna have to probably, let's see, where do we need to stop? Let's stop there. Actually, shit. Okay. That'll do. Man, I am so exhausted today. Being outside in the cold majority of the day today. Fucking beat. I am freaking beat. Perfect. Oh, Tone, did he say when he was going to be releasing his other maps with Roll Crop? Did he say anything about Ashton Corners? No. It's a bummer. What's going on, Brody? Oh, he's streaming right now? Is he on YouTube or on Twitch? I'll have to see if he's live when I get off. We're not going to be doing a super long stream. I wish I had my phone. I want to see what area that's based off of. I have never heard of that city before. Southwest of Madison? That's crazy. I've never heard of that area before. What kind of equipment is used for that field? Is it kind of a smaller like New Glarus is, or you know what size fields he has? I wouldn't mind doing some small equipment farming. You know, I'm really tempted to use um what is it, Southern Delta or whatever. His maps look pretty good. I don't somebody said they have issues with his maps, but yeah. Told you what. Once you start using it, you can't go back to base game crops. Although there is a mod that somebody put out that makes the crops look a little bit different. Not row crop, but I don't know how it is. Missed the spot. All right, now we're good. Now we're good. Well, I'll tell you this next map that I got going on. I got some cool equipment. I know I keep talking about it, but they actually have I don't know how many fields, but they actually have a couple fields that are just blank. You can kind of start your own adventure. I don't know the field numbers, but I know there's one on the top left, and that's the only one that I know of. Well, like I said, I know that there's a few just like dead areas that you kind of get to do your own thing on whatever you want to do. And the only one that I can remember off the top of my head is on the top left. I don't know what field number it is, but you know, I'm really surprised that nobody has released a Judith Plains, 'cause I know that's a popular map. I'm surprised that nobody released a row crop system on that one yet. All right, we'll do. Well, we have 30%. I think we can do maybe 3 more passes. Yeah. Make some moonshine. Yep. Oop, sorry. Mean to bump the mic. I just gotta put this. Alright, I'm gonna try and knock out 2 more passes before we get seed. I gotta do something with this cord. Alright, that's better. That's better. That will do. Keeps rubbing against my leg. Does anybody know when the next DLC pack is coming out? We have an idea? Also, you know what game I've been playing off stream? Have you guys played Ranch Simulator yet? Came out a few years ago. It's kind of an older game, but I just re-downloaded on my PC the other day. That's what I was playing on Sunday. I was playing Ranch Simulator on Sunday for I played it for like a good 5 hours. Goat Simulator? Yeah. No, I never played Goat Simulator. My nephew wanted to buy Goat Simulator. Well, he did end up buying it for Christmas, but he wanted he bought Goat Simulator 3. No, he actually did buy it. It was funny because I never expected him to want to play a game like that. One of those games you play it for like 10 minutes and then you never touch it again. I don't even know what you do in that game. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at the first one, and then after that, like I stopped caring about the game. But I thought it was funny the first time I saw it. I'm like, they have a fucking goat simulator game. But no, I was playing Ranch Simulator. I don't know if you guys played that, but it's actually a pretty fun game. I might play it on stream one of these days. Yeah, you do a little bit of everything. You take care, like you don't have a starting farm or anything, and you build up and design it the way that you want it to be. I mean, the graphics aren't bad. The driving physics suck, at least for the vehicles, but it's not really a survival game. You don't have to worry about eating, but you basically you can hunt, you sell the meat, you can do farming, you got bees that you can take care of. You can grow a greenhouse. You build your own farmhouse from scratch. You got like the metal and the wood. It's another one of those time-consuming games. But I never made it very far for the farming, so I don't know how the farming aspect of the game is, but I mean, and you can't speed up time either. But so right now I have no money, but I got my greenhouses, and it takes, I think online it says it takes 104 minutes for you to be able to harvest grapes, which is the most profitable. I don't know, maybe one of these days, maybe sometime during this week, we'll hop on some Ranch Simulator. Maybe that'll be Sunday's stream. Depending, we got to take a look and see where we're at for payments on this map, though. Because this weekend's going to be the last weekend that I can actually do some heavy-duty farming. Like I said, priority number one is to pay off our loans before starting a new field. I wasn't even paying attention. We're at 13% for seeds. Let's go fill her up. And hopefully we can get these bins to close on us. Go get some more seed here. Into the second quarter. 76ers are beating the Bucks. I do. I do. I've lived in Wisconsin pretty much my whole life. Nice. Whereabouts? I grew up in the Milwaukee area. I'm currently in the Madison area, but I've also ran, or I lived in Waukesha. Okay. Ain't too far. Alright, hopefully these bins close. Just outside of Hartford. Damn, why is this thing... Why are these not closing? What the hell? Is there a way to manually close these? Let's see. Table, unload. What if I do unload? Try refilling it up and see what happens. I don't know why these things aren't closing. Yeah, these things are glitched out. Doesn't want to... I don't want to close. I don't know why. Oh, maybe one day they'll just randomly close. I've driven past Waukesha. I've never been in the Waukesha area. But I drive past it on the way to my parents' house because, like I said, they still live in the Milwaukee area. I am, yes. This is my first map that I've ever played with the row crop system on, and I cannot go back to base game crop systems. What about you? You've been playing on row crop systems? It is so nice watching the crops, and I was a little worried because I just started using a wheel like a week ago. I was a little worried I was gonna have trouble with having good lines when I was turning. I almost feel it's easier than using a mouse and keyboard. And I always thought mouse and keyboard was easy, but yeah, we're doing soybeans right now. We're trying to get ourselves out of debt before the end of this month because we are starting a new map in February. So I got about, I know we got like 700,000 on our loan. And then, is it more fun to play the game for longer times with the wheel? I don't know. I mean, during the week, I really only play for about 3 hours. I don't get that much time during the week. It's not bad. The only downside is like I move around a lot when I'm in a chair. I did just buy a new chair, so maybe it will make a difference this weekend. But I move around a lot when I'm in a chair. You really can't do that when you're using a steering wheel. But I will say the biggest thing is not so much the wheel, but a head tracking device is needed. Also, if you do a wheel, I will say it is a pain in the ass to get your keybinds all set up to have everything what you want done. That was the biggest dislike, because at least for this wheel, and I don't know if it's different for all wheels, but the setup they had for this was stupid. So I deleted every keybind and I put it in myself. So I don't have all the functions because I still have my keyboard next to me, so I don't have all the functions that I just have the main functions like turning on machines and cruise control and swapping between third person and first person, but I don't have all my keybinds set up. I have most of them. But I would say if you got the money, I would say using a wheel is kind of a game changer. The last time I tried it was in FS9. No, yeah, it might have been 19 is when I tried the wheel and I didn't like it, and then I stopped and just went to mouse and keyboard. The only reason I had a wheel was because of American Truck Sim and Euro Truck Sim. That was the only reason. That's the only other game that I use my wheel for. Are you thinking of getting a wheel? So if I had a reason for getting another wheel, and it also, I don't even think they were a brand when I bought my wheel. I think it's called what, Moza. They're a good brand, and their wheel looks nice. And if I had a reason to buy a new one, that would be what I would go with. I went with Thrustmaster because I think at the time, the wheel that everybody likes, the Logitech wheel, I don't think you can get anymore. So I went with Thrustmaster. And I have no complaints over it. It's a good wheel. It's a decent wheel. It does its job. It's a little weaker on the, if you play American Truck Sim, it is kind of a little bit of a weaker wheel with force feedback, though. And it could just be me. It could just be that I don't have my settings set up, but... But I think the wheel was, you're probably looking at like between $200 and $300 for the wheel. And it comes with pedals. And then I also have a shifter, which I think the going rate is $170 when I looked. When I looked last, which was last week. Oh, I do have my phone on here. I didn't know I had my phone upstairs. All right, what is Tone? What was that map, or the Wisconsin map that is coming out? Velocity or something. Oh. This year we're doing soybeans. And don't mind my covers being open because it's glitched right now and I can't get them to close, so don't worry, I'm not a Pollock. I think we need to reset. Yeah, we need to reset our GPS lines here. Farm has peanuts in the game. What farm? Oh, that's why they weren't showing. This is where I need to focus here. On these headlands. Georgia map. Is that one of the maps by Delta, Southern Delta or something? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, why did our GPS not make any noise? Does his maps ever release for free, or do you only get them through his Patreon page? What's going on, Potato? It is row crop 2. Nice. Yeah, I was thinking of paying for his Patreon and getting some of his maps. I like his Tennessee map. Looks good. You don't? Where's his map? I thought all his maps were paid. Or paid through his Patreon. Yeah, you pay through you pay his patron page. Okay, everything's looking good so far. Messed up there. Good for the most part. So how did you get the map if you don't pay? That's what I'm getting at. Or are you playing on a multiplayer server and somebody else paid for it? Okay. That music down a little. Going on, Ty? How's it going? Ty, you drinking beer to stay warm in this freezing ass cold weather? That's the Wisconsin spirit. 20 below outside, drink beer to stay warm, and grilling outside. That's the life. What's going on, Rusty? Oh shit. Hold on. I gotta check after this. I bet it only gave us 2 headlands. No, it did give us 3. Okay, never mind. Not a whole lot. How's it going with you, D-Wick? Planting our soybeans, and don't mind me, guys. There is a glitch. I cannot get these covers to close, so I'm not stupid. Just for some reason, they don't want to close. And I don't know how to fix it either. Doing your first cut on alfalfa. You're planting corn. Nice, nice. How much alfalfa you got to cut? and how much corn you got to plant. I got 2 more fields to do, but we're probably not going to get to it tonight. This is actually probably going to be our last field that we plant. I got on a little bit later than I wanted to tonight. The fuck you can't put alfalfa and clover. Does it say that it takes it? Yeah, it's not bad. Not a bad turn. Yeah, I don't know why, because I haven't done much alfalfa and clover myself. Last map that I did it on, every time I did alfalfa, it fucking tanked the FPS, so I stopped doing alfalfa. I don't know if it's just a me thing or if that happens on with alfalfa. Not too bad. Oh, I gotta get the AI to start rolling the fields. That we forgot to do. Oh, not bad. Thank you for the follow. Oh, by the way, I switched over. Well, All the alerts are the same, but I switched to something else. So let me know if the alerts are so too loud. And what was YouTube alerts are the same, but the Twitch ones are different. We can get one more headland done before we got to fill up. 30% left. I wasn't really paying attention to see how much we were using. I wonder if we detach this and then rehook it up. I wonder if that will fix the problem. I'm just gonna go fill up. I don't think we're gonna have enough. Yep, probably get that field done, and then we'll wrap it up with today's stream. I'm gonna try. This week is pretty tough for me because I got about an hour drive to where I work, so this week is pretty tough. So, but I'm gonna try starting at 6, our normal time, but I got a lot going on, so this week might, like I said, might be a little tough with me hitting my times. Don't know why. I'm also trying to get my sleep schedule back on track here. I'm tired of going to bed, falling asleep at 11:30, 12 o'clock in the morning. I have a feeling that we're gonna have to buy at least one more bin, maybe 2. 2 more bins of seed. Got plenty of room. For Gage, Kentucky. That's weird because I know there's animals on there. On Gage, Kentucky. What do you think is half-ass? Yeah, that could work. Could you, does it have an effect on mods? Could you re-verify files in Steam? Or would that not make a difference? Actually, no, never mind. It wouldn't make a difference because it's a third-party map. Even if it did, but never mind. Could you re-download the map and see if the file's in there, and then if it is, move it over to the current save? I just hope that it doesn't require a new save. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I do know that you can transfer everything over, kind of. I don't know. I was watching this YouTuber, Scroft. I don't know if you guys heard of him, but he just did it recently on what is that map? I starts the P. Ben? Gage, Kentucky. He's having issues with having custom animal feed. Not the best, but to try going over that spot a little bit slower and see if I can get that planted. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it's a shame that tonight we can't have a longer stream tonight, so it will be on a probably this weekend. We'll have a long stream. Let's see if I can get this to work here. Actually. Yeah, I forgot how many years it's been on Twitch. YouTube we just started last year. Ever since multi-stream came a thing, we started streaming on YouTube, but I was just saying that today we're not streaming a long time, so this weekend is going to be a nice long stream for the anniversary. Maybe we'll do a 24-hour stream. Alright, I'm gonna take it nice and slow. Maybe we'll get all of it this time. Oh yeah, we'll be streaming for a decent amount of time on Saturday into Sunday. We'll make it. We cannot get off until our debt is paid. About that. I don't even know if I can farm that long. I get tired after one cycle of farming. Okay. All right. I think we're good. I think we got straight shots now. Damn it. Bounced over that section too. Yeah, we started. I do multi-streaming. The only thing is on YouTube, you don't get to hear the music because of the copyright stuff. So, music on Twitch, no music on YouTube. But I don't know if there's ads on YouTube or not. I don't know if you guys get ads or not. We're not. I can't monetize the channel yet, so I don't think you guys get ads. But yeah, when OBS did an update last year and they allowed multi-streaming instead of putting plugins in, then I started multi-streaming on YouTube. How have your streams been? It's very slow over on the Twitch side of things, at least for you. Are you talking about like viewership? I mean, I'd rather have you have a good experience with the stream than making a few cents off of ads. But if you're referring to the viewership, I don't know. YouTube has really picked up, has really popped off with farming. And I know every time I look, there's not many people that stream on YouTube for the farming simulator. I don't know. You guys have been making it fun on YouTube. Damn it. That little bump in the field gets... I don't know why it's giving us issues this time with planting. But yeah, you'll have the same experience either Twitch or YouTube. Like I said, it's no big deal. I'd like to get to partner on YouTube, so in a way it does help. What do you mean big on Twitch? Here's the thing is, at least I found when I'm browsing on YouTube, like I find a lot more smaller creators than on Twitch. It's kind of hard, especially like on a big game like, you know, Battlefield or Call of Duty. Like, unless you get your name out there, it's hard to gain viewership on Twitch. But my advice is don't worry about the numbers, just have fun doing it. even if I did make it big on YouTube and Twitch, I don't know if I'd want it to be a full-time job, because then it becomes unfun. Definitely. So I like the YouTube experience. I watch more videos in live streams. So I prefer YouTube over Twitch, and it is kind of ridiculous to get a halfway decent payout with ads. You got to run X amount of ads in an hour, so but Smitty, I would just stick to what you're doing and just have fun doing it. And like I said, ignore the viewership numbers, because that can eat you apart with looking at the numbers all the time and worrying about viewership. Oh, you're safe from ads? Yeah, I use just keep doing this section. I use Pi extension for Google Chrome, which is a pretty good ad blocker for Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, I hear you on that one, Smitty. Yeah, I don't know. Twitch is, I've been kind of going in spurts with Twitch, and I don't know if viewership overall is down for Twitch, but Farmington, when I get told talk to yourself, I fucking just talk to myself, whether people want to hear it or not. I'm used to it. Happens to at work. All right. What's our seed? 45%. All right, we should at least be able to get this section done. Is it just me, or has it been a really quiet week with mods? There hasn't really been too many mod releases. What's going on, Snow? But that is also why I have chat on stream now, so to help out with communication between both Twitch and YouTube. I figured it'd just be better. That way then you guys like know what we're talking about. If I'm talking to people on Twitch or YouTube. I didn't hear about that. What yeah, because normally Monday and Tuesday, normally we get a bunch of releases on mods, and like I said, I looked today before starting stream, and there's nothing new. Yes, I do have a good 12-row header now. I have a John Deere one. Were you here the last time? Yeah, you were here when I was harvesting corn. Oh, speaking of which, with this map, because you can only do fertilizer on one state, if I do the anhydrous, do I have to still fertilize? That is something that I wanted to buy. I wanted to buy anhydrous and get on board with that. We're gonna hopefully have enough money to buy it next planting season for corn. Anyone have a link to the header? Yeah, he was the one. No, I haven't. What's the corn production mod? Okay, we gotta straighten this out. So if I do that, I don't have to do fertilizer at all in any of the states. Is it cheaper though? Yeah, neither have I. I don't know if there is there a Maize Plus? Run it through production. Yeah, no, I haven't used it. I wonder how it is on here. Does anybody know about the price on here if it's cheaper? Well, we'll test it out next year. Thrustmaster. What is it? TPX, I think it is. Says more efficient. The price. What did I think it was like 250. I think when I paid for it, it was like 250, 259, something like that. I tried to look at the old seller on Amazon, but they don't have it anymore. You can still get it. It's just where I bought it from, they didn't have it. But I also didn't look that hard, so I just looked at the receipt, and I think it was like 250. Oops. Hit the wrong button. There we go. Oh, price of the difference between fertilizer. 250 bald eagles. That's like. Alright, we gotta get going to bed soon. I gotta get off soon. By like half as much. It's great. Saves so much time. I'll have to putz around with it. So it's not like the fertilizer where it automatically puts it in based off of what crop you're putting in. Work on this map, so I don't know. Well, all right, so the only thing that I've noticed, at least in the store, the store is closed right now, is one of the machines. Where do we leave off? Over here. Yeah, it said when I was looking at the machines, it said something about missing anhydrous, so oh, gotcha. Okay, Tone. Well, we'll try to play around with it before we go to a new map. I'll try and buy it this weekend. All right, 28%. We get a few passes before we gotta top off again. Tone, have you tried it yet? I know you're playing on this map. Were you playing on it before the updated row crop? So I wonder if it got updated when he released the row crop system. All right, gotta knock out this field in like 5 minutes. For anhydrous. I don't know about a sell point, but there's a buy point. Yeah, it's on the other side of the propane tanks. It's like okay, got enough time. Right here is the anhydrous tanks. Propane and anhydrous and oh yeah. So I would assume that it works. If they have a buy point, I would assume that it works. Can we get one more pass? The tractor became a fish. Okay. Greg filled taxes with cows. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I still have no idea what you're talking about. Meanwhile, the barn sneezed itself into another dimension. I'm gonna get greedy. I'm gonna do one more pass before filling up. I think we can do one more. Chat GP's bedtime story. Probably could do like 2 more passes, but I'm gonna just go by seed. That's good. That asshole is gonna. Nope, nope. Let me get through. I'm gonna try and not kill anyone. Turning at 2000. I have no idea how much seed we have left. Doesn't look like very much. Alright, well, that'll be enough to get us through this field, but we'll have to probably buy 1 more bin. What did we buy? We bought 4 before, so I'll have to know. Well, plan on buying more fields, but at least 5 bins next year. Which one you been using? I'm trying to find a good mod. Is it that one that you can hook up onto the back of a truck or tie down to a trailer? Is that on Mod Hub or where is that one? Oh, I wonder if I have that. I've downloaded everything from him. I don't know if I have that one. Oh, shop is closed. I can't even look right now. I'll have to look tomorrow morning. Yeah, no, he has good mods. I have it then. Under augers, right? Oh. What's going on, J Farms? How you doing tonight? Tired, exhausted. Been a long day. Not just for farming, but long day in general today. And being outside in the cold elements. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, if this thing does not work, I'm gonna put it in the shop and see if I can fix it by going into the shop. I don't know why those things are not closing. Might set up I have that mod as well. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on this save though, because this save is kind of a pain in the ass to drive through. Yeah, so the other day I hopped in the game and I downloaded some mods, so I hopped into the game off stream and I also took a screenshot for my YouTube picture, and for some reason now they don't close. It was parked next to a cedar box when I did it, so now I know in the future. I've tried unloading it and reloading the machine, and that still didn't do the trick. So next up is going to go into the shop and see if that resets it. Thrustmaster TMX. I do have easy dev. Why do you think that would fix it? Why do you ask, Jay? How do you reload it? Like, you talking about like reload it with the let me pull it up here. You talking about this? Is that gonna reset it at the shop though? Is that reload and reset? Is that gonna move it to the shop though? I've never done it. Just reload. All right. I didn't do the... No, it would be that one. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me try this. I don't know if that will do it. Let me turn my lights back on here. Did this thing get unhooked? Okay, let's try this option then. Toggle cover. There we go. We're good. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even see it before. I was just looking what you said. Yeah, this one, for some reason, it doesn't have a button to open the cover on this thing, so can't manually do it. What do you use for chat so you can see it on? So it's called, you gotta download, it's called StreamerBot. It's or streamer.bot. And then there's a widget that you can also download as well. No, I have a button. Let me see. Let me hit N. Yeah, N and Z does not work. Normally those are the two buttons, depending on what mod I'm using. But yeah, this one doesn't have a button to automatically close the covers. It just automatically opens when you... Yeah, if you have any questions about the bot, the person, I don't know what his actual name is, but it's Nutty. Nutty is the one that made the mod, or StreamerBot mod. And the widget. Nope, because I found out that soybeans on this map is 22-inch spacing. Gage, Kentucky is 30 for everything, but on here it's 22. I found that out because I was using the 1760. When I was doing it, I'm like, the lines didn't match up with my planter, and that's when I was like, all right, I'm gonna test this one out. And that's when I realized that it was a 22-inch spacing. I definitely got to get this done by 10 p.m. Curious how this field, how all of our fields are going to look. I've done most of the planting in first person, so I'm a little curious how many spots I'm going to miss. Download the streaming bot. So you gotta download the streaming bot, and then you log in with your YouTube and your Twitch stuff. That's just for the chat, but there's so many options that I don't even use with that streamer bot. That you can do. And then fuck, I don't remember how I found it. I think I just Googled like how to get chat overlay on stream, and then I came up with that, and then he came up with Nutty, and then I explained how to you gotta, like I said, install. Well, you don't actually install anything. You gotta buy it, but it's $0, and then it's all web based. You set it to what type of settings you want. Like if I wanted to, I could have the chat permanently on screen. But I have it fade after 30 seconds of the last chat, and then you copy that browser source and you put it in OBS. If I wasn't on such a time crunch tonight, I would I'd look up the website and get it for you, or I'd look up like I'd get the video. I have the video of it, but like I said, I'm on kind of a time crunch because I'm way past the time that I wanted to get off. But I can definitely help you. I'll be streaming tomorrow. Well, we only have one more field to plant tomorrow, but if you stop in tomorrow, if you don't figure it out by the end of tonight, I can maybe help you a little bit more tomorrow. It's pretty easy to set up. It's really not hard. It is just the file for you for the streamer bot. Yeah, I don't think you actually install anything for the streamer bot. You just open up and then you got to have it running. Head out. Yep, we're heading out soon. Take it easy, Smitty. You have yourself a wonderful night. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. I appreciate you stopping on in. Depending on how the rest of the weeks go, I'm gonna try streaming tomorrow. Thursday we're off, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be streaming. All right, let me get. Let me get this field completed here. Yeah, I should be here depending on what time I get on. Like I said, this week is tough because with my work schedule, it takes me about an hour drive to get to my location. So I don't have the file anymore, but I think you just extract it, and I think it should look like a purple icon, and you just click on it. That's the streamer bot. You need that up and running to be able to have the widget working. All right. Well, that is completed. We'll head over to we'll park it here. Because we gotta stop and get seed and also we'll park it here. Turn that off. Save the game. Hmm. All right, so you should have an icon. Do you have an icon that looks like this? And let me see if I can pull up the website here. All right, so go to Google. All right, so go to Google and type in streamer bot, and it should be the first one. It should say streamer.bot. So if you go to Google, it should say streamer bot, and then you'll go to this page and you'll want to do download now. And this is kind of what the app looks like. And then you link your accounts. And then to get the chat overlay, that I'm trying to find a video that I can link. At least I'm pretty sure that it was Thursday. Ah, here it is.
Buddy.
Make sure this is right. All right. Copy. And let me go to my stream and I'll post a link for you to my stream. Make sure. There you go. All right. If you want to click on that, and then because once I close the stream, you won't be able to click on that link. So once you register for that, you'll get access to. All right, Dwick. Thank you. Have yourself a wonderful night. So, Jay, I hope that helps. I don't know if you're. Yeah, just want click on in his description. He has a link of what it will take you. It says he has two. He has multi chat and then he has horizontal chat. I did the multi chat one. So, and then like I said, you can set it up however you want. You can have it color coordinated depending on what platform they're on. You can have the icons next to their name. You can have it disappear after X amount of seconds. You can keep it up permanently. So there's a bunch of customization. And then once you do that, you'll copy that link for the browser source. And then you'll put it in OBS as a browser source. And then you can move it wherever you want. So, but anyways, it is getting late. I'm going to get out of here. If you do have any more questions, Jay, I will gladly help you tomorrow if I do stream. Otherwise, if I don't, well, I mean, we should be able to stream, but if not, for sure this weekend. So you guys take it easy. Have a wonderful night. Peace.